Welcome to Mrs. Beach Thrifty Living. I'm so glad you're here. Today is hashtag Tea Tuesday. I'm having coffee. See those donuts up there? Yep. This is my number 2 coffee spot. And, you know, I told you most of the time I don't get coffee at my other donut shop. But I do at this one. You know why? Because they have flavored cream. And it seems like it's a little better. But it's further away, and I don't always make it to this side of town. This is hosted by Patty at Life with Patty. You can go over and check and see what she posts and what everyone else in this awesome collaboration posts. So I'm including Tea Time with Pinky Jean. Check her channel out. I'll have all the information on both of those channels on here, and you're gonna love it. I have a special video for you today. I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoyed making it. So here it goes. My daughter's birthday is June 17th, and I won't see her so she will have already had her birthday. I went ahead and sent her a little money for her to get something that she had been thinking about. But I wanted to include one more thing, but I wanted her to receive it on her birthday. You guys have seen this, but I thought I would just go over this and show you what I'm going to send her. Are you ready to see? But she don't know she's going to get it this soon. So let me turn my camera down and show you what I'm talking about. Anybody that's been watching me very long knows about this. Remember that? Let's go through this a little bit with you. I have this, my Make Do rubber band. This is a whole bunch of them strung together. And a little red clip to hold it together. Now, this is our Artisan Journal 2024. You know, they have one for 2025. I did not participate in it. It was great, but I couldn't see myself starting another one, and I couldn't imagine myself doing one that I wouldn't do kind of like this one. Each week we were assigned a prompt, and you know, I tried my best to make this as family-oriented as possible. This was an introduction about ourselves and things we liked. And I don't have time to go through and tell you every one of these, or otherwise this video would be forever long. But I will put the link of the playlist. You can go and check it out. And you can watch one. It's usually one each week. And I go into details. We'll hope that's light enough. I turned the light out. Like I said, some weeks were more involved. I did used to do 2 pages per week, and then my book was getting so full that I switched it to 1 page a week. Not a two-sided spread, that's what I'm trying to say. Whoops. This was the weather one, and I tried to include a lot of the family in all of these pictures. Some of the other children might have wanted it, but I think when she spoke up and said she wanted it, I thought, well, she will probably enjoy it the most. This week was quotes. I asked a lot of people we knew, different ones, for their quotes. And there were some great quotes here. And scriptures. This one I had even a pocket with some of my cards from my husband, the sweets. And that was my wedding picture, Richard and mine. our wedding picture, and then pictures of other people, our families that we love, some of their wedding pictures. Barbara and Selvin, you remember them. And of course, Gail and Willie down there. This one was on, I think, scraps of paper. And I just got scraps of paper that I had already laying around and used this. This was a wonderful idea. And I made the little pockets. The girls helped me learn those kind of things. I didn't know. Some of the favorite things. These are some of my favorite things. If you watch my channel at all, you know some of these. You'd recognize them in a flash. See that? I made that. Okay, let's see what else we got. And watercolors. Somebody asked me recently if I ever did any watercoloring, and there was my try at it. 2-page spread. And I did a little more watercoloring as time went by. This was buttons. And I'd gotten it wrong. I'd marked it out and it says buttons on there. And rings. So I had a wedding ring quilt one time, and that made me think of it. And that's our hands. My daughter, my granddaughter, and myself. My hand looks even worse now. Oh, yeah, it does. And green. This was my home, my childhood home. And a lot of great memories there. This one was greeting cards. I made a little pocket, and these are just a few of the cards I'd gotten. And I think we'd already switched to 1 page each most of the time now. This is spring. That was taken in my parents' yard. This one was not assigned to me, but this is Gordon, my oldest son. That was when he turned 60. And I dedicated a page to him in this book. I thought it'd be a good place to put it. And flowers, different weddings that I was able to find pictures of weddings. And like I said, you can go on this on my playlist and watch these if you'd like, and you'll see a story about each one of these, and more in depth than this. Made these little outfits. I think on the video I actually have a picture of my great-grandson and granddaughter in those. These are ones that special people. I can't remember the title of it. My People, I think Sway. And that's my parents. You could choose whoever. This was birds. That was my husband's tattoos. And I drew that one. I spread myself a little more than I ever did before in my life. My story, this was from packaged papers and food wrappers. And so I decided to make a story of it. Music in my life. If you watch my channel at all, you know there's a lot of music in my channel. My brother Glenn, he plays the piano, comes over. A lot of us do, not just him. And that was Moon and Stars. That's my youngest, well, my next to the youngest granddaughter. I have a new step-granddaughter now. Most embarrassing moments. And we tell about some of them on the video. Picnic. And I did my painting on that one also. This is my mom and daddy's wedding picture. And there I am, that little baby right there. That was vintage. This is Red, White, and Blue. We used to be the campground host. And I have stories about that too. And we had a lot of fun there, and we'd set up and help do the program for for the campground. And this one was my butterfly page. This one was Disney Memories. And this is the actual tickets. We went to Disneyland. And this was toothbrush, toothpick, and sponge that we were supposed to use. So there's my toothpick, toothbrush. And they needed to brush their teeth. Ooh. This was a 64-year-old napkin I had saved in my, and it was, the third week was called napkins, so I pulled out that from my other album that I'd saved. We'd went to San Francisco during that year. And here is, this was travel. This was one of the trips that we went to. Well, that's Mall of America to my daughter. She lived in Minnesota at the time. This was feathers. This is an actual feather from out in our yard. I didn't know how well it would keep. I hope this travels well on our journey. This is week 33, so you see we got to 52 in this book. This was sweets. You can see different ones. I made that cake for my son one year. The card I made for my husband. Let's see. That was Woodland Animals, and this was a bear that we had at Caribou. It was across the river from us. One of the girls took my camera and ran over and took a picture of it. This was the very first movie at a theater I ever went to. Did you ever go there? Did you see it? I bet you did. Oh, and this one. I love this one. This one was a yarn, and I made this doll. I think I named him Yarnya Spinyo. I think that's the name I named him. There's a story about him. Friends. That's one of my good friends when I was growing up. She still lives not too far from me. We talk once in a while and get a chance to visit. My daughter and daughter-in-law were best friends as teenagers. And there's a picture of them. And there's my friend Laura I still have lunch with, her husband, and then my hubby's gone now. This one was supposed to be magazines, and I made a pocket and put my grandson. He was featured in this magazine. One of them, well, he had an article. I shouldn't say featured, but, you know, he's my grandson. This one was my ocean page. That's, we used to go to the ocean, Fort Bragg, many times. And we are coming along on this book. This was fall. This was week 40. And we have a wonderful park or pumpkin farm not too far from us, and we've had many times that we've went there over the years. This was mail. I've made my own little envelopes, and this was from my granddaughter Amber, the one that has the two little ones. She's 30 now. And this was lace. And I looked for pictures with mostly my grandkids. And kids, is there any kids in there? Grandchildren in here, and that's my niece, with lace on their clothing. Then again, here's Halloween. More of the pumpkin farm. This one was foliage. I love this picture. This was Mom and Daddy and their 4 children. There I am in the plaid dress. I want to say I made that dress. I think I did, but it's been a long old time. I don't think I could do that now. Favorite animals. Some of our dogs. This dog right here We used to have this one, and he climbed up in that tree. Yeah. And let's see what else we got. Splatter was supposed to splatter, and so I took some, I think it was tea, and splattered over on this page. And I put myself in a teacup. And splatter and water is what my thought was. Thankful. These are some of the things. I think I have, oh, in here I have some little notes of things I'm thankful for. This was Bling and Glitter, and this is my niece, my sister Sharon, her daughter, and she used to take beautiful pictures, does take beautiful pictures, I shouldn't say used to. And crayons, that was my take on crayons. And that's my mom and daddy. I drew pictures of them and then found the heads of my pictures. And, well, I probably didn't make sense there, but anyway. You know what I mean. Okay. Oh, I made this little gingerbread man. This was, and then I made a gingerbread story. I wrote a gingerbread story here. And that was my take on that. Bubbles. This is actual, I blew these bubbles up and got a picture of them. That was fun. Okay. And this is the end. That was the final, and that shows the end of things, the end of my mom and dad's shed, and this was at my dad's, or my mom's service, and this was when Gail and Willie moved away, and they've never moved back to California. And then this is my artisan journal, and I just put it like that. Now I'm packing this up. Thank you so much for watching today. I loved making this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't watch my Artisan Journal Prompt 2024, go back and check it out. I will have the link there, and you can just put it on and watch each one of them if you like. There's a story behind each one. If you're ever curious about my family, you'll learn a lot about me on that series. I hope you'll come back tomorrow. Now everything's getting messed up. You know, I have a trip coming up, and that's kind of occupying a lot of things. So I may not have everything right in order in the next little while, but I'll get back on track. And so things may be a little different, but I'm going to take you along with me, whatever I'm doing. So please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Check out everybody's channels. Go back and watch my playlist. We've always got something going on here. And I pray most of all that you remember Jesus loves you.